Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you don't know who I am, my name is Greg and I'm a lighting fanatic and lighting hobbyist. I want to present to you a little unboxing video. I just recently picked up a few of these lights from ColorKey. It's the WaferPar HEX 5. If you're unfamiliar with HEX LEDs, that means it features 6 LEDs in one chip. This has 5 chips of 6 LEDs each. The colors are red, green, blue, white, amber, and ultraviolet. And yes, that's black light. So it does feature 5 15-watt 6-in-1 LEDs. So it's pretty bright, I would say. Totaling in 50 watts of power consumption, I'm assuming at full on every color. It does have 6 or 10 channel DMX modes. It does feature 3-pin DMX connectors in and out, along with IEC power in and out. It has multiple control modes. It has DMX 512, master slave, sound activated, and standalone. It also features an 18-degree beam angle. And at the time of this video, these lights retail for $89.99. And without further ado, let's get to unboxing this thing. Nice little packaging in there. And we got a little bit of hardware, a couple screws, thumb screws. It does come with the IEC cable. And granted, this is only 4 feet long, so if you want something longer or shorter, you can always get that after the fact. Here is the yoke. And here we go. Here is the light itself. Also, it does feature its own user manual. Okay, so the good thing is, cool thing, it does have a lay flat design, so if you just need to do washing or warming of trusses, you could just sit this inside the truss. It's got your connectors in and out on both sides. But if you did want to hang it from either a lighting truss, T-bar, what have you, it does have the mounting yoke. Let's put that together. And the good thing with this yoke, it does have a scissor on it, so you can use it by itself on the floor and angle it whichever way you want for uplighting. Quick and easy assembly. So if you want to use the scissor yoke, just like that. Angle it whichever angle you want. So yeah, only a 4-foot power cord. Plugs in on the back. Set that aside. So you'll see it says A001. That means it's in 6-channel mode to control each individual color, and that's it. And then it's address 1. Otherwise, if you change it to the D series, then that means it's in 10-channel mode, so you'll have master dimmer, all the 6 colors, plus some macro channels, and then also strobe channels. you can also change the modes. So now, right now, it's at all colors at full intensity. Or if I wanted to turn the red off. Let's see. Turn the green off. Let's see what if we'll turn white off. We'll turn amber off. And we'll turn ultraviolet off. So now it's just blue. And you can color mix with this with 0 to 255 color adjustments. Also does have a strobe. See, it does have some other color palettes. These are just quick colors that you can select. You go all the way to the beginning. So red, green, blue, white, amber, ultraviolet. And look at that. Lights that up pretty bright. It's also a color mixing one. It's got a little bit of a aqua cyan color. Full RGB white using red, green, and blue LEDs to get white. Back to red. Here's a little crazy color mix for you. It's a little color fade. And this is all being done by the 4-button LED menu on the back. And if you do notice on the back, there are 2 fans. So they do make a little bit of noise, not too much. I do have 4 of these running right now at the moment. The 2 behind me, and then I have one on a lighting stand in front of me, plus the one I have on here. So I don't know if my microphone can pick up the fan noise at all, but there are 4 fixtures running with 2 fans each. Also for power, got IEC power in, DMX in, also DMX out and IEC out. Now for some people that may not know which way goes which way, for DMX, these are not labeled, so you may just have to start with your coming out of your lighting controller and then going into one and out the other, just to make it easy. So if you have been around lighting for a little while, this apparatus may look somewhat familiar to you. ADJ or American DJ also have what's called the Megapar series. This is the older version, the Megapar profile, with individual red, green, and blue LEDs. And if you notice, it's kind of similar. But this one has no fan, and even the HEX version of this light, the current model, has no fan. But I think the LEDs are a slight lower wattage. But this does have DMX in and out labeled. If you do notice, I do have a number on the back here. That's kind of one of my tricks I like to use, is I'll put the address number written on it, so then I know when I'm setting up my lights that when they're off, I know what address they are, so I know exactly where they need to go with the power being off, so I don't have a bunch of these PARs and I don't know what their addresses are until I turn them on. So that's a good tip and trick for you. So one thing I have noticed with this light is the sound active feature. It doesn't react well at lower volumes. I believe you'd have to have it pretty loud setup going on in order to like really get this thing to jump. Me personally, I DMX all my lights, and for these I would recommend DMXing to get the most out of them, to get the ease of color control and color mixing, along with just better control. Because with Sound Active and Master Slave, these things kind of do what they want. There's no brightness control for Sound Active and Master Slave. It's just you deploy it and it just does what it wants to do. But with DMXing, you can tell it what you want it to do, whatever color, when, and also how bright you want every scene to be. You have full control, whether you just want individual control over each color, whether it be the 6-channel mode or it be the full 10-channel mode where you have all 6 colors of control plus the master dimmer, plus all the other controls of strobing and other macros. In the manual, it does tell you, does have a rundown of what all the menu guides do versus 6-channel and 10-channel DMX modes, just to give you an idea of whenever you're moving that fader up and down, you know exactly what should be happening at each number of the fader. So then you know exactly how it's going to react to how you're programming it. So now let's talk about build quality. So I did notice it does have a plastic case. There is no plastic or glass over the optics for all the LEDs. The whole case is plastic. The yoke is made of metal, but it's a little flimsy when you compare it to the American DJ, which is pretty stout. Also with bigger knobs, make it easier to tighten down. These are a little tiny. They're kind of recessed in there, trying to get it in there. I will say the difference between the price point of this versus the American DJ version, this retails for $89.99. When you compare this to the American DJ WaferPar HEX, that one retails for $114.99. I believe it's an 11-channel, it's either an 11 or 12-channel max DMX mode versus the max channels of this is only 10, so it does give you a little bit extra flexibility as far as for sound active mode. It does have a sound sensitivity fader. It just depends on what you're trying to get out of it. Me personally, I wanted to get into hex LEDs, but the more you buy, the more it adds up, so I kind of wanted to start small and see what these were about, because I haven't had any experience with the ColorKey lighting. So I want to see what's up with them and what all they had to offer, and then check out the quality of their products. So far with this, I have the light that's straight on me. It's white with a little hue of amber to tone it down and warm it up a little bit. Since I did want to get into a little bit of stage lighting, but the bulk of the lighting I do is for house parties, kind of with electronic music, fast, hyped up energy music, a lot of fast moving lights. But I definitely wanted to give these lights a try and see what they'll do for me, and I'll give y'all updates as time goes on. I will have some upcoming videos featuring this light, light from American DJ, and then also another one from Venue Lighting, featuring I'll be doing a apples to apples comparison, doing the red, green, and blue pars, and then do a little bit of apples to oranges and introduce hex and compare them to how the color palette is versus hex versus tri-LED. So stick around for those videos coming up. Alright, that about does it for this unboxing video. If you have any thoughts or opinions on this light so far, please drop a line down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe.